Good evening, people. It is currently 14 minutes past 10 p.m. UK time, Sunday, the 14th of September 2025. Welcome to another amazing episode of Technically Speaking, which is a free weekly webinar hosted by myself, Fadlan, aka Ninja T, one of the founders of Blockchain Sensei. This webinar covers the macro picture in finance, stocks, crypto from my research. I would like to iterate that nothing in this video is financial advice. I do not intend to be perceived or received as a financial advisor. If you are looking for financial and/or legal advice or services, feel free to get in contact with myself and I will refer you to an accredited professional, in which I am not. I have no formal accreditation in the world of finance. I am, I guess, what you could describe as smart retail, somebody who's actually put in the 10,000 hours and continue to put in hours, which is required to be proficient in this market. So before I begin, I would like to iterate that we are about to enter the most exciting part of the bull market, which is euphoria. Now, a lot of people are calling for a cycle top, and I understand their reasoning because they're using seasonality analysis and other time metrics such as Bitcoin halving. The peak of the previous bull market was November 2021. So if you are fixated on a 4-year cycle theory, then you would come to the conclusion that it's going to be the end of the bull market soon. However, this is simply not true in my opinion and in my research, in which I encourage you guys to also do your own research, because in my research, the number one reason for the bull market and the bear market is liquidity, right? How much money is in the system. And we are about to get something very, very exciting happening in the next few days on Wednesday, in which there is more than a 90% chance likelihood they're going to cut interest rates. Now, I'm just going to point out all the possible scenarios that I think is going to happen. So, first of all, I think that it is almost impossible for them to increase interest rates. I cannot think of any reason why this would happen. And if they do drop interest rates, this is not financial advice. You can do whatever you want with your own money. But personally, I will be selling everything into dollars immediately. So it's going to be Wednesday around, I think, 7 p.m. UK time at the FOMC meeting. If they increase interest rates, which is basically not going to happen and almost impossible, then you may want to consider selling everything into dollars. The likelihood is that they're going to cut interest rates. If they cut it by 25 basis points, that's bullish. If they cut it by 50 basis points, that's ultra bullish. I think it's extremely unlikely that they're going to keep interest rates the same. Now, as I was saying just before I started this recording, there are golden generational wealth buy opportunities in the market when the market presents you with a pullback / crash that is fundamentally, that is technically bearish in that moment through market structure, but it's fundamentally bullish, right? You don't want something to be fundamentally bearish and the price is going up. That means that at some point the market should reach equilibrium and then come back to a fair price. So the greatest scenario we can have, which is a possible scenario, is that we get a 50 basis cut. Interest rates are cut by 50 basis points, and we get a flash crash. This will be the greatest buy opportunity of recent history if this happens. What I expect to actually happen, and don't hold me to this crystal ball, is that we'll get a 25 basis cut, and then we'll get some kind of pullback. This is what I expect. because more likely than not, it's going to be a seldom use event. But that's preparing everything for Wednesday. I would like to read a very, very interesting tweet here that talks about the multidimensionality of price. Beyond price and time, how markets really move. Most new traders look at a chart and see only price versus time. Let's get a chart here, right? Let's say Dogecoin. Most of you guys just see price and time. The same way you might look at a roadmap and only think about distance and speed, but just as airplanes don't just fly straight along the ground, they climb, descend, and bank. Markets don't just move in a straight line from one price to the next. There are extra dimensions at work that determine the real path of the market. Let's break them down in simple terms. There's price, which is the obvious one, where the market is trading. What's the cost of this asset? There's time, how long it takes to get there. There is an up or down, right? Volatility, that's the turbulence, the swings and the whipsaws along the way. Momentum, thrust, the strength behind a move. Is it accelerating or running out of steam? Volume, which is the fuel, the participation that powers the move. Without volume, price action can stall. And structure, which is the flight path, the shape of trends, consolidations, and breakouts, just like an airplane's route. Put together, these components turn the market into a multi-dimensional flight path, not just a flat line. Many people ask how okay, whatever. Okay, so the reason why this is really important is because when you study the market, and the greatest ways to study the market for anybody of all calibers, whether you're new or you've got 5 years or 10 years experience, is to backtest and to compare data sets against each other. For example, we know as smart retail, or this is some new information if you're new to learning, the DXY typically has a mid to long, at least in the mid to long term, an inverse correlation with risk on assets such as S&P 500 and Bitcoin, right? When the DXY, the strength of the dollar, is rising, typically risk on assets take a pullback, because that means that the world sentiment is going into cash, right? So the reason why it's very important to backtest how long something took, your support, your resistances, getting this information in your brain is so you can visualize things in a multidimensional way. In these next 3, 6, and 9 months, when euphoria kicks in, starting off with fundamentally monetary policy, not only are America more than 95% likely to drop interest rates at the next FOMC meeting, it is extremely likely that they will continue to drop interest rates by further basis points between now and the end of the year. Not only that, monetary policy across the globe states that 90% of global banks are cutting interest rates across all currencies. That's basically the global liquidity pool. On top of that, we have something called the ISM. I had it right here. Let me just bring it up. Don't know where the ISM has disappeared to. Okay, I have it somewhere, but I can't see it on my list. Okay. So the ISM is typically correlated with bull markets. Basically, when the ISM is rising, it's basically indicating that the entire world economy is doing better. I tweet about this on the Blockchain Sensei Twitter, in which I will actually I provided you guys a Grok resource. So we've got monetary policy, which is bullish. We've got the ISM, which is about to swing around. This is some of the analysis that I did with regards to the ISM and no, not this one. This one here. The ISM with regards to with regards to the previous rises in Bitcoin, and then actually share here a conversation, explain in beginner's term what the ISM is and its correlation to asset prices. So it stands for the Institute of Supply Management, and they basically create an index of how well companies are doing in the cars, electronics, machinery, finance, tech, retail, and healthcare businesses. And basically, when the reading is above 50, in which right now the reading is, I don't know why price on the left-hand side, by the way, I'm sorry about this. I can't actually fix this right now. We can see that we are literally just below the 50 level. So think how, from our more advanced people, with the RSI, as we get closer to 30, that's typically a spot buy signal, and closer to 70 is a spot sell signal. The RSI as kind of a indicator of the macro, when it crosses this 50, in which it has not crossed this 50, and barely touched this at the start of the year, we expect this to swing upwards as risk on appetite increases with the drop of interest rates. Furthermore, as the third confluence, I really don't think people are bullish enough. I'm going to give you 4 confluences actually, and repeat a confluence from the previous stream. It's something called the copper gold ratio. So this is the price of copper in gold. As this rises, it means that it costs more gold to buy copper, i.e. this dollar value. And mind you, it's not like copper isn't rising. Copper is rising, but it's not rising at the velocity and speed of gold, in which, by the way, this is kind of one of my hesitations for kind of investing in gold at the moment. As I said time and time again, I do believe gold will touch back down to 2,800, potentially 2,500 if you're looking to accumulate gold for the long term. But I wouldn't at today's price. So back to copper gold, the copper gold ratio. Basically, when the price of gold, the price of copper, mind you, starts really outperforming gold, this is a sign of, as you can see here, March 2020 to February 2021, as of with the end of 2016 to start 2018 and to 2012 2013, the previous 3 bull markets. Basically, when this happens, it's basically a sign of global risk on sentiment. You know, the world building more stuff, building more buildings, building more products, in which copper is a key component. So we've got those confluences, and then finally, I'm going to repeat what I said in the previous webinar. So this is the Russell 2000. Similar to how we have altcoins. So we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and then we've got the altcoins on page number 10 on coinmarketcap.com. The Russell 2000 is your penny stocks. The Russell 2000 is the equivalent of meme coins in crypto. They are the bottom of the barrel, the smallest 2,000 equities in the United States. Historically speaking, much like the ISM, much like the copper gold ratio, in conjunction with the previous 3 cycles, history doesn't rhyme, but it repeats something along those lines, right? You get what I'm saying? But the ISM, the copper gold ratio, and also the Russell 2000 have typically signaled the beginnings and the ends of euphoria. And guess what? We've not begun yet, because the Russell 2000, which is, again, basically your penny stocks, your meme coins in the stocks world, typically, under the past 3 cycles, it has needed to break the all-time high before euphoria began. We have not broken the Russell 2000 all-time high. This entire bull run has been a major focused bull run in which about 7 companies have run the entire stock market, being Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, right? Like a magnificent 7, as they call it. The Russell 2000 has still not broken the highs of the previous high of the previous cycle bull market. This is the easiest play ever. This is a triple top on the 4-year, yes, 4-year technical analysis. We're about to break this undoubtedly through the sheer liquidity pool of quantitative easing and risk on sentiment. We're at the perfect inflection point right now where even if you haven't been putting in work, because we've got AI, and you should talk to Grok and ask AI, especially Grok, all the questions that you would have spent countless hours researching in previous cycles, right? I literally prompt before I Google search now. This is a perfect inflection point where the market is neutral. Most people don't have a Scoobies of what's going on. If we just take common knowledge outside of the markets, summer has basically ended in the Western world, and the average middle class and working class person's or family, right, liquidity pool is being drained out by new school fees and kids going to college. This is the perfect play. And we've got Christmas around the corner as well that people are thinking about, and we've got Halloween. Every single matrix distraction with even smart resale such as myself, not necessarily losing confidence, but being shaken out, right? I know smart retail who made a lot of money in 2021, being shaken out, giving into this 4-year halving cyclical analysis, cyclical and seasonality analysis. It should not be high in your analysis thesis. It should be more looking at, and let me prove it to you through blockchain backer. I'm going to go to the Blockchain Sensei Twitter, in which you will find many, many gems. Okay, there is a perfect screenshot which shows a lot. Okay, aha, here we are. Oh, no, not this screenshot. Not this one. Not this one. Come on, man, give me my screenshot. Here we are. So, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a comparison between the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, which is 30 staple American companies such as Coca-Cola and McDonald's, the S&P 500, the most popular investment in the entire world, right? The top 500 US stock, the Russell 2000, which is basically on meme coins in the stock market, the penny stock, and in total three in red. So you've got the Russell 2000 in green, the total 3 in red, which is all the money in crypto minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let me just get that off. Guys, I hope you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Yeah, so this is all the money. No, it's looking. This is the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has absolutely sent. It has led the way. Okay, the second place it goes to is Ethereum, which has yet to break the previous high. All the money in crypto has broke the previous high. All the money in crypto minus Bitcoin has not broken the previous high. These are my finger paintings, right, in which I think the market will go to. And this is all the money in Bitcoin, all the money in crypto minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Where do you think things are going to go? The money is going to flow into altcoins. And let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. This is all the money this is the percentage of the market cap in which Bitcoin dominates, in which it peaked here at 63% after being in an up market, has been a Bitcoin dominance bull market since November 2022. This was the capitulation. It's like the ultra low, right? Always remember Q2 2022, like Bitcoin was like 16K. Bitcoin was 16K. I think Meta had crashed from 400 to 100. Backtest this history, right? We can see here that this is a clear downtrend. So the percentage of money in Bitcoin is going to flow into what altcoins. And the market is 50-50 right now. I would absolutely love for this market to crash and for us to enter into fair territory. I don't think that's actually going to happen. I think the world is a bit too smart for that to happen. But I do believe we're going to get a market sell-off, and I don't think that it's going to be a buy the news opportunity in which that is possible, but unlikely, right? So, yeah, look here. Look how everything is basically correlated with each other. And this is why I recommend that you backtest the price action of assets that you are currently invested in and intend to invest in or want to diversify in, and see where certain heights and certain lows were. And you'll see that if you compare Ethereum to Apple stock, you'll see a lot of the times Ethereum is leveraged to Apple stock, basically. Because everything moves and swings together, right? I want everyone to delete in their brain all the sunk cost fallacy that you may holding on to individual assets. And I would like to bring you to the attention of macro. This is why, even though I do absolutely love trading meme coins like a degenerate, I lost like $200 before this call, right? For the record, on some stupid shit. But you have to. This is why I encourage everyone to look at the macro. I spend most of my time just looking at macro, looking at monetary policy, looking at liquidity. Let's check liquidity. As always, I go to tlx.vgsolutions.net to look at liquidity. And then they've got a new website. Let's see if we've got any new data with regards to the Fed. I doubt anything is going to be of much interest at present. As we can see, yeah, this makes sense, right? So there's a fundamental liquidity drain right now, at least in the short term. And despite the Fed liquidity drain, the market is pumping up. This is why I say buy the rumor, sell the news, into the rumor that we're going to get a rate cut. You know what? I would not even be surprised if we see a Bitcoin all-time high, right? Let me just put my little wizard hat on, right? I would not rule out a Bitcoin all-time high between now and the next 72 hours for everybody to get euphoric. Bitcoin to 125K, and then the market to crash down to like 100K, 20 or 98K Bitcoin. It's not irregular. I ran through so many pullbacks. You would not believe. I've ran through more pullbacks than you've had hot dinners, some of you guys. So I want everyone to be super, super prepared on the possibility. Basically, as long as they are not increasing interest rates, the pullback is a buy the dip opportunity. It's just what's the velocity going to be? I really don't know. But I do know that we're going to go through a raging fucking bull market for at least 6 months, and every day I get closer to the idea of a potential super cycle. Let me read this excerpt from Julian Battelle, head of macro research, Real Vision. You know, Mr. Raw Paul, this is this right-hand man. I've been seeing a lot of chatter on X about peak cycle and how the economy looks late cycle, so I wanted to tackle this head on and share a few thoughts on my own. This is from the August 21st of August MIT publication. A classic late cycle economy typically has the following ingredients. The manufacturing sentiment is extreme. The ISM, right, is at 60. Where's the ISM right now? The ISM right now is like 48. Where is it? See, it says it exists here, but I cannot find it manually. Um, anyway, it was at 48. Can't be bothered finding it again. Services sentiment is extreme. Home builder sell. Yes, this is another one. Everybody and their dog wants to build a 7-bedroom house and a skyscraper. Construction cannot. And this is something that I teach. I teach my one-on-one clients and my students. The real estate market is valued at approximately $500 trillion compared to the cash supply of the world, approximately $125 trillion. There's like 4 times more real estate valuation than cash. Real estate only exists in its valuations because of the 3-to-1 credit to debit debt system we live in. So yeah, I remember these top signals in previous cycles. Worker confidence is high. Oh yeah, lots of people start quitting their jobs because they think that they're built for entrepreneurship. Fortunately, that's not the case for most people. Investor sentiment is very bullish. Small businesses' confidence is high. Job openings and hiring plans are rising. Yeah, because money's just flowing in the economy. Everything's just flowing in the economy. Jobs data in the United States are nowhere near signaling top signals. Job data in the United States are basically signaling for a push of cut of interest rates to increase employment. This is how money is flown. I mean, circled in this world. Using this from the ISM and then these other metrics that I don't know, we're not even close to the euphoric levels we see late in the business cycle when everything listed above is stretched to extremes. Blah, 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 we'll ignore this. Right now, nearly 90% of central banks are cutting rates. That is extraordinary, and an onward, forward-looking basis, it is a massive tailwind for the business cycle. By my playbook, the time to start talking late cycle is when, okay, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. And unemployment is still rising. So if unemployment keeps rising, right, unemployment has been rising whilst interest rates have stayed the same. At the same time, markets have been going up. Even though the liquidity pool by percentage available liquidity is not there to support it. What does that show? That shows a change. It shows a change in institutional sentiment. Remember that we as the people, so as the people, I mean people who are not part of the elite 0.1%, etc., which I do want to get to at some point in my life, right? Which is why I'm on the journey of capitalism, to move up in the echelons of society. The majority of wealth is kept by the non-1%. The majority of the wealth in the world, though a disproportionate amount of money is held by elites in the 0.1 and 1%, the majority of the world capital is still in the hands of the working class, right? Below 1%. It's just that the people who pull the strings know how to dictate where this money is and manage it. So as the unemployment is rising, right? As the unemployment is rising, and these interest rates have stayed the same, it has created a debt ceiling. And I spoke about this on a webinar about 2 months ago. You can look this up, 324 trillion debt ceiling. America has fundamentally reached its debt ceiling, which is the amount of debt that it can carry. So it is forced to turn on the printer. This is why everything is going up, basically. You just have to, and this is why I brought up before the tweet about price dimension, because yes, you can be invested in Apple stock. It's probably not financial advice, going to be a good investment. You're probably going to do 50 to 80% on Apple right now if you bought at today's price. Let me just And I don't own any Apple stock, and I never recommend anybody, not never, but this is not me telling you to buy Apple stock, right? But I'm just saying that we're about to go into a market condition where you can buy almost anything within reason, or things even out of reason, right? And they're going to climb, right? So, what's this? If I just do a quick Fibonacci retracement from here, let's say the tariff done. Yeah, so is Apple going to go to 300? My mouse is bugging out right now. 1 second, guys. Internet is unstable. You got to be joking me. No, we're back. Yo. Got Derrisay in the place. We're just going over to macro. Yeah, so as I was saying before, we're about to, I'm going to stress this. We are about to enter a euphoric zone where the question you have to ask is not what is going up, because everything's about to go up, basically. And people are not ready for this. It's just what is your plan in terms of sizing, in terms of what percentage allocation are you going to put into what asset? What's your plan in terms of DCA, dollar cost average, right? A rule in investing is if you can't afford it 3 times, you can't afford it. And what are your positions going to be like? So let me go over some assets which I believe to be undervalued, because so I'm here to talk about, right? Start with Pengu. Right, so it would have been beautiful to buy Pengu down here. Wouldn't we all have loved that? But we have to understand is that in markets like this is where new highs are created. Right? Now, why am I so confident in this? So, first of all, without going too much into the fundamentals, Pengu are basically the greatest intellectual property in crypto modern history. Is my computer bugging out here? What is going on? I need to move. Oh. Okay, amazing. Yeah. There's basically no worth less. Like, oh my God, guys. Please don't stop working in the middle of my stream. Yeah, so this is actually bugging out. Can't do analysis if you do this. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm bugging out. Okay. You know what? I don't know what is going on right now with my computer, but it seems that my cursor is absolutely bugging. Am I clear to you guys, by the way? Is my audio at least good?
Yeah. Video, audio good.
All right, okay, no worries. You know what? Oh shit. Wait, is everything working again? Come on. Yes, my cursor is back. Okay, there was no way I could do analysis without cursor working. Yeah, I'm going to say this straight sake. Why is doing this? All right, so I'm going to start off by saying that position size is absolutely everything in this game. I know everybody wants to do 100x on a meme coin. I literally just burnt $200 before the stream on a meme coin. $200 may be a lot to some people. That's just relative to the size that I trade. Please also understand that losing money in trading is inevitable, right? And also making bad investments in spot are also inevitable. It's about managing your risk, right? So I truly believe that at today's price, in today's moment in time, the best risk to reward ratio, according to my analysis and thesis, and also cognitive biases, which I'm subject to, is Pengu. This Pengu's sitting around two billion right now. I don't see why it wouldn't go into the deca billions during the cycle. So that's something you want to have a look at. I'm going to try one more time with my mouse. If not, I'm just going to answer question. Can I move my mouse? Because I can't do analysis if not. Yeah. All right. Let's take Solana. Solana, I think between now and Wednesday is going to run up to maybe 272. And then you know what? I can't do analysis. I can't do it. My cursor is bugging. I think Solana's going to run up to like 272. Dogecoin's going to run up to about 35, 40 cents before I expect a market sell off. But yeah, let me just answer any questions verbally because I can't do any analysis for you guys. My laptop is bugging out and the cursor is just moving left and right. I don't know. Maybe it's the Matrix. Maybe my laptop is possessed. Let me
Bro,
do
do you
any
think
Q&A before I wrap up.
do you think there'll be a flash crash before the announcement or after?
I believe the flash crash should be around the same time. Oh no, sorry. Typically, it's literally the second they announce the news.
Right, okay.
But yeah, what I would say is consider scaling into stable coins or cash between now. Like if you're sitting on good profits, you should take them off the table, in my opinion. It's also acceptable to sell in profit and buy back higher. This is a bit unconventional, but deeper wisdom because I would rather sell off, lock in profits before a major volatile event such as rate cuts. And then even if I have to buy back higher, I'm buying back higher on a confirmed uptrend. But yeah, to be transparent, even myself, I'm 60% in stablecoin right now.
Right. Okay. All right.
Already.
Okay. Look into that. Cheers, bro. What about the Solana staking ETF? Do you think that's a solid news?
Oh, that's very interesting. When did they say they're gonna announce it?
I'm
Not
not
today.
sure. They've not got a date yet. I'm not hearing what the date is. But they're looking at that one and they're looking at an XRP.
Okay, so think of it like this, right? Think of it like this. The most important thing is macro, right? So if the Solana ETF gets announced, whether it gets approved or denied or whatever, in the middle of euphoria, it's just not going to matter, is it? Like if we're
It'll probably be top. It'll probably be top signal.
No, it's not. It's not a top signal because a top signal is a top signal in the macro. Does that make sense? it's not like you're going to be in the middle of euphoria and it's going to be Sol eat. This is if we're in the middle of macro euphoria, everything makes sense in the macro. Like they're consistently dropping interest rates, liquidity is going up, money's flowing into the Russell 2000. I keep saying this: Russell 2000, Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 is the greatest meme coin crypto, a meme coin and risk on indicator in the world, because it shows you if the world's investing in penny stocks, they're going to invest in meme coins, right?
Okay,
These
all
things
right.
just go together. So if the Russell 2000 is flying and Wall Street selling penny stocks to Tom, Dick, and Harry, then the Sol ETF being approved, not approved, or whatever is not going to be the top signal catalyst to pull down crypto.
Right. But do you not think though, when we're at the top of euphoria, like, it might be used to make people think it's gonna last forever?
Yes,
If that
yes,
ETF gets
yeah,
approved.
yeah. It could be used, but living overtly in the future is not like thinking that far in the future is not a profitable endeavor. I always try to push people to think about the profitable endeavor. The profitable endeavor that everyone on this call and everyone who catches this live stream can think about, use their brain to think about, is thinking about selling into dollars before a high likely sell the news event. And if you're watching this in the future and FOMC's happened, backtest historic announcements of cutting interest rates, how price action moved towards that news, which is typically bullish, and buying upwards towards the news, and the news happening and the sell off. And that's literally, I think my professor said it was 88 or 90% of the time. So, yeah, have a think about, like, even though that's interesting and it could be a case, I would say focus more on the quarter that we have ahead, and then if they announce if they say we are going to announce the Sol ETF approval or decline by this date, let's say it was a random date, 17th of April 2026, and on that day is an FOMC meeting or just before or just after, and interest rates have been cutting, and then you start to see that euphoria, then yeah, you can start mapping out in your brain that Solana ETF is in conjunction with a top signal, yeah. But that's how I would kind of like dissect news. I wouldn't try to hold on to individual macro events like that.
Wow.
It's like the ETH ETF basically didn't do anything for the price of Ethereum for a long time.
Yeah, I know that's struggling.
Yeah.
All right. That's one, bro.
No worries, G. Let's take Antonia. She's about to go to bed because she says she's going to go to let go 11. How are you, my
Yeah,
friend?
that's true.
So, any questions? And welcome to the first Sunday webinar. I look forward to our first one-on-one tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. That was a good webinar, actually. Thank you for inviting me along. Learned a lot about what's going on at the moment as well. I did hear about lots of red news happening on this Wednesday as well, which will be quite interesting for other markets, not just crypto.
So,
Especially
red news. What do you mean by red news happening on Wednesday?
like red folder days.
Red fold days.
Red folder days.
Sorry, remind me. You have to tell me. What's a red folder day?
So there's a website that basically tracks different news releases on different days, and you can
Right.
see what their impact will be on the market based on whether they're red, yellow, or just, normal news days. And as you
Oh, I'm
said,
talking about like is it forexfactory.com?
yeah, that's the one.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay, extra confluence. Let's go. Factory.com. I haven't been to the website for a very long time.
It's a great website, honestly.
And then where are we going?
Should want to go to news.
And then
Or is it calendar? Try calendar. I think it might be under there.
Okay. Then Wednesday. Oh my God.
Goes.
Wednesday.
So it's quite big in terms of red folder
Yes.
day.
I have never ever thought about going to this website and then looking at how many red or yellow folders are there to give me some kind of bearish or bullish bias. But yeah, this is absolutely right. This is basically confirming my bias. So thank you. Obviously, you shouldn't be always looking for confirmations of bias because it can be wrong as well. But that's great.
Yeah, it's definitely a useful tool. Yeah.
Any questions?
Not at the moment, no. But I probably will have some for you tomorrow in our one-to-one.
No problem. Well, that's starting in 21 hours. So yeah, look forward to looking in.
Same here. But thank you again for inviting me along. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. And we do need some more girls in here. So if you know any girls in finance that want to know more about crypto, you know where to send them.
Always. All right, I'll catch you later, Fadlan. Thanks
I
again.
appreciate you. Take care. Good night.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Dare I say, congratulations on the new tape. I mean, it's not that new anymore, but I listened to all of it recently again with my wife, and her favorite is
Love for that, bro. Love for that, bro. Nah, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. I've literally the reason I came in late is because I was working until 7 earlier today, and then was like an hour commuting back home anyway. So like, obviously, man came in a little bit late, but I still figured I'd come through and pick up what I can in the time that you're on anyway. So
100%, man. Well, the TLDR is that penny stocks the interest rates are about to be cut in America. The risk on appetite is about to go up. The money print is about to go. The global world commerce is about to go up, including don't be surprised if you start getting an abundant more opportunities in your world, like when it comes to shows, don't be surprised if that music money flows, like it comes more. Not taking away your work, it's like it's a multiplier. It's like you've been putting in the work and there's more money supply in the world to fund the work. So if you do that and go down on the craft and then work hard, everyone's going to benefit, bro. And I need people to be aware, like when the market goes up, it's because the world is taking on more risk. You know what I mean? And crypto is just a reflection of that. So I want you to be ready for this next cycle, this next leg up. And also, of course, for the markets to crash on the 17th on a sell the news event. And it's like, I'm hoping this can be one of my greatest, like the market's going to crash call. Like I said, it's going to crash. And then it's the buy the dip opportunity of the lifetime. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even buy crypto till Thursday, actually.
What till this Thursday coming up?
Yeah, they're announcing FOMC on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Interest rates in America, which happens every 6 weeks, and I'm expecting them to say the cutting interest rates is fundamentally bullish in the market to sell off. I'm hoping this is not. I don't call for these things very often, innit? But this is one of them ones. Well, that's why I DM'd a few people and be like, "Yo, just be ready, bro. Just be ready, because like Sol right now is 240, right? Dude, if this slams down to 180, that's the buy.
Yeah, true say so.
Like we go back down to here, that's the buy. You slap it in, bro. Like if we go like here, and then that's how shit works. Like it's gonna be like after it springs up, it's gonna break past this high. Like this is what's gonna happen. Like just like look, it's coded, bro. Do you know what I mean? And you can see it in Bitcoin, and all alts are gonna not all, but like the good ones are gonna benefit in it. So you just have to pick a couple winners and be like, But it's why I tell people to get Pengu, because it's the easiest play.
Mm.
But yeah, man. Any questions?
I mean, not particularly, to be fair. I think it was mainly just to catch up on where things are at right now, like globally, and like I think having that refresher of where like things are on a macro level is just good to pay attention to anyway. So know how
Yeah,
to
bro.
move a little bit
It's
better at this point in time.
let me put it like this, right? In the whole time that you've known me, the macro is about to get the most bullish it has ever been.
Mm.
So, however much like you felt before, I promise you, you're about to feel it different. And
Yeah.
there's just so many metrics to show this. There's one called the ISM, which we can have a look at. I talked about it on the stream, and it's basically an index that measures how businesses across the major industries, retail, healthcare, entertainment, construction, is doing, right, in terms of revenue, job retention, and this swings with bull markets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's about to go through the swing.
Yeah.
Like it swung between 2012 and early 2014, late 2016 to early 2018, late 2020 to late 2021, and people expected everything to be bullish. It's really weird because like the whole bull market of crypto has been moved mainly just by Bitcoin and like Nvidia stock. It's pulled the whole market up. So it gives everybody a fallacy to think like, wow, the market's ripping. No, the market's not ripping. It's just the major players have ripped the market up and the small players have not boomed yet. But that's where
Yeah.
we make our money. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we make our money with meme coins, like
Yeah.
like to get the pull. But you have to be in a macro environment where things pull in that direction. You know what I
And in
mean?
the right position, realistically.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I just want everyone to really position their shit, and it's the best time in the world. Like, have you seen on social media the Great Lock-in, where it's like September to December 2025?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
trend, bro. I just hope we can all end the year and be like, I'm hoping we can end the year and be like, yo, 2025 was crazy, especially the last quarter.
Mm.
Because the last quarter is when all the pressure from the work of 1, 2, and 3, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I just want,
Word.
and hopefully crypto can exacerbate that.
No, 100%. No, I'm a definitely keep my eye on things over the next few days anyway. I mean, just in general, just keep my eye on things.
Yeah, keep your eye out for the crash, bro.
Mm,
And I want people to be brave and not fearful
mm.
when that market crashes.
No, 100%, man. 100%, man.
The last market crash we had was during Trump, and that was very scary.
Mm,
So what is it like February to April? That was very scary because we didn't know what was going on in the world, right? Like tariffs, what are you talking about? Like 50% import tax. I
mm.
didn't know, well, we're gonna go through World War III or recession. But now there's enough data for us to be like, nah, the pullback is it's opportunity, bro.
Yeah.
And if you are invested in this market, I would consider selling into dollars.
What, USDC?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just
Interesting.
buying back on Wednesday, Thursday. Like I almost never ever give these strong opinions out in it because
Mm,
but this is one of them confident moments.
mm. All right. Noted. Noted. Nah, I'm a definitely keep my eye on things over the next few days and watch out for next Thursday as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, I appreciate the heads up on things. I appreciate the knowledge as always. You know what I'm saying?
appreciate you, bro.
That being said, I'm probably gonna dip off now, cause to be honest, I am shattered from work.
Now, of course, bro.
Now, I
Fantastic
appreciate you
evening.
shouting me to come through though, cause obviously I always benefit from, you know what I'm saying, being a part of these. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
but
like,
yeah,
but I dare say, you
bless
still
up,
putting
bless up,
that
bless
on
up.
on the iPhone though.
Yeah. This is my iPhone. I got to change my name on this shit,
Gotta
man.
change it, man.
But nah, big up to yourself,
Take
man.
care.
Thank you
Take
once
care.
again, bro. I'll catch you in a bit, yeah.
Love, love, love.
Love.
Ryan Lewis, how you doing, homie?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. Just like obviously trying to pay attention to everything you said, and obviously I'm still pretty green in this, so everything you do, I wait for the video to come out, and then I can go back over it and have a look at what you said that didn't really make sense to me or something like that. Because obviously I'm still learning the terms, still getting used to the terminology and whatnot. But I mean, one thing I did hear is there's money to be made, money to be made.
That's it. I'm going to say to you, everyone in this room and everyone for the replay, there's 3 things that you can study. And I've had to do much less screen sharing on this webinar because of my technical mouse juju or whatever, which I hope to solve after this. ISM, copper gold ratio, Russell 2000. Study these 3 charts. Ask AI how they historically link with bull markets. And you'll see all 3 charts are positioned to tell you we are in pre-euphoria. Pre-euphoria is the most beautiful phase to be in because you are ready. You know that the pullbacks is not falling knife. The pullback is an opportunity to buy the dip. You know the market is sending higher when people are calling for the top. Or hopefully those are the convictions that you'll come across upon studying those 3 things. ISM, copper gold ratio, the Russell 2000, and how they correlate with bull markets, because we ain't seen shit yet, in my opinion. Twin, any questions from yourself? I hope you're excited for the stage of the market that we're going to go in. I know it's been a tough one, and it's not followed the 4-year cycle. That caught me off guard as well.
No any questions in particular, to be fair. You've answered everything that I kind of would have had a question about, to be fair. Obviously, you say you recommend selling into stable coins at the moment until the drop.
Yes, but of course that needs to be something that you're convinced is going to happen, because I don't want people to sell because I think the market is going to crash. Because the thing is, if you do your own research and then you come to the conclusion of selling, and then you sell and the market goes up afterwards, at least you knew that you moved with your own conviction. I'm not going to sell 100%. I'll be honest. I'll probably get to about 85% stable. I'm like DCAing out. You know what I mean? Because there's still little flings of the market that I'm catching like a degenerate. But I'm already 60% out.
Okay.
Already.
But
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
So I'm saying, like, I'm already half out. More myself. So
yeah, I hear it.
you know what I mean? I definitely wouldn't recommend anyone buy any crypto. Any new one, unless you're trading a meme coin right now. Then I won't buy any new stuff right now.
Yeah, say that.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, Salman, being the last one in the crew. I hope you found that useful. Any questions? Anything you want to share?
No, not really, but I did just buy something today, so I might have to sell it. So we'll see.
What did you buy, if you don't mind me asking?
Zara.
See, that's an interesting one because, okay, I'm gonna give a caveat here. Remember, money always has to flow somewhere. So sometimes, if there's anything right now that's dirt cheap, and you think, you know what, this is the bottom, then fair enough. Because I've seen it where the market crashes, and you know them little beta plays like Zora, because they were at the bottom anyway, they're the ones that go up, and it's very, very strange. So I take it back. I wouldn't buy anything unless it's something like Zora, which last time I checked is at that generational buying it, and virtuals as well. So yeah, because remember, the market front runs ideas, so it can crash degenerate assets to the bottom, and then when the market pulls back, these degenerate assets rise because liquidity's got to flow somewhere. I'm not saying that is what's going to happen, but I'm saying it's in the realm of possibility, because you're right. You bought it on the pure basis that it's at the bottom, innit?
Yeah,
What
but
you do as a
near the
supporter.
bottom. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm just
Bro,
thinking
I thought the same thing because I did TA on Zara, and I just thought, you know what, I'm not buying it yet. And if it's one of them ones where it goes up when the market goes down, then I'm just gonna miss out on the bottom, and that's fine.
yeah,
But I
hopefully
did
then
the
if it does
TA.
go down, it might not be too
Sorry.
much. As a hopefully if it does go down, then for me then it might not be too much. But so you know, like with the memes, you know, like with the memes then as well. Let's just think you Worthless and that funny one called Uranus, yes, because they're already like quite low. We wouldn't expect them then to do any major drops. They might even go up, do the opposite because they're already at the bottom.
Do the opposite, because bro, if Worthless goes down any lower, I don't even know, bro. Like it's actually quite just spinning my head. Because it's not like a moonshot. By the way, guys, Worthless is a coin that is CTO'd by a guy called Nikolai. We have no affiliation to it. It's just that we've been following the narrative, and fundamentally it looks very strong. Moonshot are still continuing to interact with Nikolai, so I do think it is the bottom. It's just that I've DCA'd so much now that I can't allocate more. I can't do it personally. Can't do it. So yeah.
What about Brett? Are you still buying Brett?
Am I still no, not really. No. Toshi over Brett.
Toshi, okay. Nah, yeah, you spoke about Toshi before.
Yeah. I'm not even too sure whether the narratives go over Brett anymore. I'm not saying I don't believe in it, but I've done the technical analysis and I'd love to show the analysis right now, but of course my mouse has been, oh wait, it's starting to work again at the end of the stream. Right, fantastic. Yeah, Toshi is looking fantastic. Toshi is looking great. Yeah, this is one of them ones because it's a super shit coin. Yeah, this is a clear reversal. Let me click on some of the figures. Put in the RSI. Right, can see here that on the 3-day, we're about to break across this yellow. On the daily, we've already crossed. Now, do I think we can test this level again? Yes. But then I would expect us to go off to the races or something like that afterwards. We can go down to here, to this support, definitely. But yeah, Toshi's off to the races in my opinion. They do really cool stuff with Base Wallet, and it's just been the one that Coinbase decided to co-sign. We all thought it was Brett, but during the time, but it's proven to be Toshi. If you download the Coinbase Wallet app, you'll literally see Toshi be pushed on the native Coinbase Wallet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, gang. I'm gonna get off. It's 11:17. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourself. I hope you've. I hope that I've gave you some kind of push to make a profitable action that you've done your own research on.
Yeah. Mm.
Right. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you Sunday next week.
Yeah,
Love.
appreciate you too.
Yeah, bro.
Thanks.